I don't know. All right. Sheesh. What up, though?
Ain't not chilling.
How was your vacation?
It was good. We had a nice time.
I would say you look like you was having a good time.
Yeah, we did.
Where? Yeah, you ain't, all right, let me see. Let me share this too. Because it won't even let me post in the what's the name group, yo. So I'm gonna have to go back in and probably yeah, I had to go live from my regular page. I don't know what's going on, yo, but they saying now Facebook is not allowing third party apps into groups now for whatever reason that is. Like I don't know, but I'm gonna try to go in and make sure I don't have to change something or allow some permissions or something.
Ain't no.
Yeah. So everybody joined us. My bad, y'all. We was running a little behind. Fucking technical difficulties. All it should be all straight now. We should be fixed now. Thank y'all for joining us again. We in here. Hey, so yo, you know you was on vacation and everything. Did you watch the new Jaguar Rice shit?
Yeah.
Um, was you able to check the Amanda Seales joint, the Club Shay Shay joint?
I watched most of it.
Yeah,
I missed like the last. I watched like 2 hours of that shit.
word. Yeah, I watched it. I watched a nice little bit of it. Like I can't front. It was like I just had to see, yo. Like for me, I was like, all right, like I don't know what offended people so much about it, but it is what it is. What up, Cass? What's good with you, yo? If y'all don't
People
see,
always get offended by shit.
I say the same thing, yo. Like at the end of the day, like it's crazy because you got people that just it's like it's social media. It's your fucking opinion. Who really cares? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I
but
mean, shit.
go ahead.
I
What
mean,
you
like
say?
I said, people. It's just like with anything, because I mean, we go through it when you on Facebook. If I put up my opinion about something, you got so many people telling me how I should feel, why I shouldn't think that way, why it shouldn't be like that, all that shit. If I see things a certain way, why it offends you so much? You know what I mean? I'm not doing nothing to hurt you or I just feel the way that I feel because of life experiences.
Yeah,
So
we
I don't I get what she was saying. Misunderstood is not always misunderstood. It's just they don't want to be understood.
and like for me, like I said, like the Nickelodeon shit, because she was on the one show, my brother and me. I remember that joint, the Nickelodeon. So
Yeah,
everything she was saying about that, like I was kind of like, okay, I kind of get that because I saw the Nickelodeon documentary and they was wilding. So I was like,
right.
okay, well, I can kind of understand her reasoning for feeling however, you know what I mean? But like just certain stuff, I was just like, But like the fact they saying she turned it around, like Shannon Sharp was gaslighting her now, and I was like, all right, now I don't even really want to. I can't take her seriously now because all he was asking you was like, all he kept saying was like, so it's everybody else. You didn't do nothing wrong, and she
Yeah.
got offended. So at
He
that point, I stopped taking the interview seriously.
but she kind of explained to him at the beginning that that's the type of person she is. Um and that's why I understand where she come because that's how I am. People take my shit out of contact all the time. And what she was saying was like if when she mentioned stuff that was about racism. Just because you didn't deal with it in your life doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. And that's what we always gotta. If you ever put up a post, if you ever put up a post and you say something negative about a woman
Oh yeah.
because of your past experiences, every female will come on there and say something like this. Oh, she must not be a real woman. She's a little girl. It depends on the type of women that you mess with. No, it don't. That person, that was just an incident that happened within my life.
Right,
So
right,
don't
right.
say women not like that because they are. She did it. Her mother probably the same way. Her grandmother probably the same way. Y'all just don't know. Her
Yeah.
daughter probably the same way. Her aunt probably the same way. If it's not you, that doesn't mean that it's not real. I
I,
don't, you know.
and I completely understand that. You know what I
But
mean?
Shannon
Like,
kept on. He just kept on saying. He kept pushing back to the point, like you said, you ain't do nothing wrong. She's explaining to you about situations that she been through, and how things happen to her in a certain way. So I get what he was trying to do, but I get how she took that. Because if you watch the interview and you listen to that bitch really good, she consistently tell that's she can't be she got to be who she is because of her mental health issues, because of the way she lives. She told me she was had low self-esteem, and and she studies a lot. So a lot of people might not agree with everything she say, but they probably ain't even read the shit.
I can dig it. Like I said, for me, I watched the whole joint, and like it at some point, um, she did kind of say that she was suffering from Asperger's, or she's on the spectrum, on the
Hmm.
autism spectrum. So certain responses and certain shit might be different. I get it. You know what I mean? But like what I saw was a person who was just saying,
Yeah,
me.
that's
I
all
ain't
of them.
did shit. I ain't did shit wrong. I don't know why these people fucking with me. I don't know why this, that, whatever. I don't know why this and these people. She don't like me for whatever reason. This person just don't like me. This person just. What about the people that do like you? Like that was my thing of it. It it was like a 3 hours of
Yeah, but
me,
98% of
me.
women that you know do the same thing.
True shit. I mean, uh,
They all
when you
say they
look.
don't have. They all say they don't act like. But I ain't mean cut you off. But they all do the same thing.
No, no, no. Yeah, that type of shit, I absolutely agree. Certain shit, like that's just a woman's thing. Like I
Yeah,
get that. You know what I mean? I just, for her, like I said, for me,
yeah. It was really
it just
that
gets to a
interview was good the
situation like
whole
you
time.
keep putting it like it because like the party, okay, the party, perfect example, the party for the show or whatever. They already gave you some bullshit at the door. Like, nah, they don't. She don't want you in here. You sat and waited for somebody to walk you in somewhere you wasn't welcome, and then you wonder why people treating you shitty.
Yeah, you
Like
shouldn't have been.
you can't constantly say fuck the world and then get mad because the world don't fuck with you. Like you just can't. Like that's just life. Like
Yeah.
like we living in a time now where like people are adhering to certain shit. Like okay, you don't want me fuck with you, all right then cool. But you can't turn around and get mad because that person is doing what you've been telling them to do. Don't fuck
What's
with
up,
me. Don't
Sebastian?
this.
How you
Don't
doing?
that. Don't whatever. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So that's a situation that you run into and you find to be a bit frustrating. But like I said, for as far as like I didn't know that she had a PhD or a bachelor's in science in African American studies. Like, that's dope.
Right.
I didn't know that she had those type of credentials. So I did learn something about her, you know what I mean, as well as her being on the autism spectrum. So I did learn something about her, and that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, and I always thought she was funny. Like, I never thought she was an ill person. I always thought she was funny. I saw her stand up. She did. The shit was pretty funny. Like, she had a half-hour joint on HBO or Netflix, but I watched it. That joint was pretty funny, and this was months before I had seen the interview. And like, she was on Insecure. I liked her character on Insecure. I thought her character was pretty cool. So, you know, like I said, again, you walk away with what you walked away with from it. Some people feel like, you know, like you said, she was just talking about her experiences, and some people feel like she was blaming everything that went wrong in her life on everybody else and not
Yeah,
taking
she
no
was.
accountability. So you'll get both sides of the fence on that. But yo,
What's up, Poop? The thing,
who's
one thing
good?
about that shit is, like I said, with me, I only listen to it because you said you wanted to talk about it. I can't sit around and just hear. I don't like to just sit around and hear females talk all 2 and 3 hours. I'm serious, shit drives me
Trigger
nuts.
warning, trigger warning,
I just don't be feeling like hearing that shit, bro.
trigger
Um,
warning. Nah,
but I like hearing about how she overcame a lot and she educated and
right,
you know
right,
that's
right, right, right.
I
That's
like that shit. I
that's
wasn't really trying to hear all that
that's the part that I
other
was
stuff she
with.
was going through. Just sitting back. I
But
mean, because like I said, it's okay. It's okay to tell your story, but sometimes in your story, um, I just don't think people like that. People don't like that mirror no more, man. That mirror says a lot. When you can look in that mirror and you look at yourself and you can see some faults about yourself, you can fix a lot and you can live a very peaceful, just simple, basic, common life, just knowing who you are, but not accepting nothing that you did in 3 hours of a conversation.
you see what
That's
that was the part that threw me off. My bad.
that's what I'm saying. But that's the point is, the people that was dragging her, and there was a lot of females dragging her and saying wild shit. But like I said, that's like 98% of the females that I done met in my life do the same fucking thing. So I was sitting there saying to myself, like, damn, I was trying to block some of that shit out. I just can't tolerate it. I mean, I can't sit back and just listen to a female talk for 3, 4 fucking hours saying a whole bunch of nonsense.
Nah, Pookie, we talking about the Amanda Seales interview on Club Shay Shay. Not Monique. Monique Wild, but
And
yeah,
see,
like I said, it was
Shay, Shannon Sharp was trying to speak on everything like I would do it, like a man would do it. Like, you gotta have some responsibility for your behavior and all that shit.
that's
And
all.
but she, like I said, she very clear at the beginning. She asked him to see things a little differently because of her mental health issues. They're not all bad. Mental health issues aren't all bad. Some people can handle that shit. But when she's explaining to you and talking, that's all she was trying to say. But like I said, she was all over the place with everybody else being the problem. And I already turned the bitch off in the first half. About the first 15 minutes, I like, man, I ain't watching this
But
shit. But you want to talk about it? Sound like I got watched some of it.
ultimately, like, and that was, you know what? Ultimately, that was what I was waiting for her to say. I just found out, she had just found out. I just found out recently I'm on the autism spectrum. So maybe that is what caused a lot of conflicts in my life because I didn't understand that that's where I was mentally.
Exactly. But she do
Because a lot
understand.
of times people like on the autism spectrum, a lot of times they take shit like certain shit it triggers faster. You know what I mean? Like if they feel like you being like whatever, then like they might shut down or like just certain stressors. you know what I mean, might trigger reactions. So that might have been what was happening with her. But she didn't even say that. She didn't even say, you know what? Maybe me being on the spectrum is kind of what played a part in some of these interactions I had. But again, like I said,
that's because she's so educated, yo.
It's one of them situations where, you know, like you take what you take from the interview. You know what I mean? Like if you liked it, I mean, I liked it regardless because like I said, there was a lot of stuff I didn't know about her. You know what I mean? I knew she was a radio host. I knew she had did the Sirius radio. I knew she was the only one to interview Jay-Z over there, or she was the first one to ever interview Jay-Z over there. I knew she had got caught up with the Me Too shit, but they turned out, they said that she was bullshitting on that or she was capping on that or something. But I can't remember off the dribble. But yeah, yo, that shit was wild, man. And again, like I said, that was just one of them interviews. I was like, I'm gonna watch it because everybody I saw motherfuckers talking about it for 3 or 4 days before I actually watched it. Yeah. And I said I'm gonna sit and watch it just to see. And then plus, like I said, like I just be kind of watching stuff to make sure I have a, you know what I mean, a grip on like just conversation as far as when we stream it live. And because like I said, that wasn't the only interview I watched. I also watched that Jaguar Wright shit, boy.
Jaguar Common, boy. They said got so much information up in her ass.
They said Jaguar. Like a lot of people saying that this shit ain't true.
Man, every time Jaguar Wright say something, right?
They say that though. Yeah, absolutely.
And then next thing you know, like she been saying for years what P. Diddy and goddamn Jay-Z was doing. Yeah, she hate Jay-Z.
She definitely has.
And all these rumors coming out ain't started by her.
I agree with that too.
I mean, she said about how one of the she said look up and find out how many people came out of Diddy camp millionaires.
Not a lot. Diddy.
And ain't hardly none.
Yeah.
And what's the name said, I'm watching this shit, old boy, one of the dudes from Making of the Band.
Freddie P.
Comes out and says, all y'all gotta do is check Rick Diddy resume. He said, look at Jay-Z. Look at this producer, Jermaine Dupri. Look at this producer. Naming producers and like they producing millionaires. And you mean to tell me somebody who's been in the industry for over 30 years is one of the leading moguls in this industry?
And no millionaires.
And he ain't putting out no millionaires?
Real shit. Did they say Biggie died broke as a motherfucker?
He ain't get his royalties check yet. He was gonna leave Puffy. And him and Pop was gonna do something.
I was watching the girl Aubrey O'Day. Aubrey from the group, what was the girl group?
That's right. He fucked them over.
She said that him giving back the royalties, he might as well kept it because she said she's basically only getting like $300. I think the royalty checks come like every 6 months. So I think she maybe said like every year she only getting like $600 a year off of shit that she did.
I said,
that motherfucker common, boy.
Yeah, he waited. See, the thing is, Diddy did it to make everybody think that he was doing something good now. And he did it because he knows that there's no value in that shit anymore. Because all the other years that he could have gave that shit back, it was a dude, a rapper that said it, man. I watch so much shit, I be forgetting people's names and everything. Because I don't really know rappers. I just know that I watch all these fucking stories on YouTube and
yeah.
Dude was saying that you know, everybody was talking, he did a good gesture, but he said Diddy is never gonna do anything good for anybody. The only reason why he gave that shit back because he knew it didn't have value, but it looked like to the average Joe that's watching this, like, oh yeah, Diddy looking out for them now. Diddy ain't looking out for no fucking body.
Jadakiss said it too, though. He said that shit too. The
Yeah.
publishing ain't worth shit.
Yeah.
He said that. Cause like now this is the thing. Jadakiss wrote Diddy's verse for Victory. Did he give him his publishing for that? You know what I mean? Like the Been Around the World, been around the world, been. Jadakiss wrote that. Did he give him did he give him the publishing that he wrote for his biggest hits? That's the question. Because you could give, like you say, you could give anybody publishing, but am I giving you the publishing that still gets Eric Sermon? I was watching Eric Sermon on Drink Champs. He
I
said
saw him for that too.
He said The Weeknd sampled one of his songs, and this motherfucker said every 4 months he gets a check for $250,000 off of that one sample.
Yeah.
So
that bitch could be like 10 seconds. Less than 10 seconds.
Diddy, yeah, he did him. The Diddler boy, they say that motherfucker common, boy.
To make it so bad with him, he's actually good at what he does if he did it legally. I would have so much respect for him because the way he came from and the shit that he did. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm super disappointed in Diddy. Only because he's a black man. He comes from the same environment we come from. He went to a HBCU.
Facts.
He blew up like the World Trade Center, like they say, like your boys say. And he did, you know how when we was young, the first thing we said when we make it is, I'm gonna get back to my hood. I'm gonna come back to my hood. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
Absolutely.
All of our black people that's making it, they get back to certain things. But ask yourself, why we don't have no black banks? Well, all of these black millionaires, why don't we? You know, I don't get it. I just we are so Americanized that we forgot about the black fist. We just say fuck our people. It's now it's just like if you look at
what up, Ula?
You look at the Jewish community, right? They're gonna make sure other Jews are wealthy. But if they other Jews that don't have any wealth, they're not going to worry about them.
Facts.
The Koreans, all other races do stuff for people and try to keep it in business. But the ones that ain't doing shit, they brush them shits off like it ain't nothing. But Diddy, you got Diddy, you got Jay-Z, you got Russell Simmons, you got Jermaine Dupri, you got what was Jay-Z partner name? Dame Dash. Oh, they don't have nothing like united to take over. Like they could have had a takeover. Just think about it, if all of them was legit, right? And they had kept hip hop music all black, it would have been a global success.
It is 3 people that did it or tried it. Now, I will say, what's her name did try. Dame Dash did try, but everybody was more or less leaning on him because of how he was going at Leo Cohen. So that's what lost him. But he did try that, exactly what you're saying. But it is 3 executives in music that tried to create this. And what they tried to create was a company that would get publishing back for rappers and funnel some of the money into healthcare. Because they say hip hop, they don't have no healthcare. And I'm gonna tell you these 3 names: Jay Prince, Suge Knight, and Irv Gotti.
All of them bitches criminals.
But this the thing: Suge Knight got locked up. They took death row from him.
He a criminal.
Irv Gotti, they did this shit with the federal tax shit, with the IRS shit. That he won all because they was trying to get Supreme McGriff. So that took him out. Jay Prince,
criminal.
Yeah, that's the thing. But that's the thing. Like
You
the
gotta
thing
be
that they were,
legit.
it's a lot of criminals though. There's criminals in politics, there's criminals in music and the acting world. They
But
everywhere.
yeah, but they waiting for us. You're not gonna make it if you ain't. I mean, they trumped up shit on Malcolm X and um goddamn Dr. King. What make you
Yeah.
think they gonna trump some shit up on you? That's why
Oh,
you gotta be legit as possible. I mean, just think about this. You look at like that tax shit was crazy, but that that's the same situation where you say everybody can't go with you. Now you lose your millions and everything because of this guy.
yeah, true shit.
You know what I'm saying? If your shit legit, all right. If I'm the head of our organization, I'm the head of Let Me Talk. I got all the money. I'm doing everything. I'm not going to let you get locked up or get in trouble for fucking tax evasion if you my right hand man.
True shit.
If you
Absolutely.
doing something crazy out in public, I'm coming up to you like, see, this ain't good for us, bro. You
Absolutely.
keep doing it. My next step is, do you still want to be part of this? You
I
keep
can dig
doing it.
that.
See, man, you can't rock with this. This the money. We still could be friends, but you can't fuck this money up.
I can dig that. For me, like I said, it's it's we've been lacking those five major points to create a community for a long ass time. You know what I mean? And we know what that is. It's a school, hospital, church, school, hospital, church, grocery store, bank. Those are five things you need to have a community. To have one that can work, that can
Right.
function independently, I should say. You can have a community without those things, but in order for your community to function independently, you need those five things. You need those
If
five
you
things in your community in order to do that.
if you have to defend, if you have to depend, if you have if you have higher ups that are not part of your own nationality, your race, your community,
That's facts.
you will not be able to make it because they won't understand everything you're trying to do. That's why when with the Black Panthers, it was all black. So they're gonna destroy that. Everything that we ever did, they tried to destroy. But when you
That's
got millionaires and billionaires, it's harder to knock down the fortress if y'all all together. Because you build an army. You got Jermaine Dupri over here. You got motherfucking Ludacris. You got the South. You take all those millionaires, and they had kept R&B, hip hop, and it would have been a dynasty, a real fucking dynasty. But everything we do, we turn the shit into a battle. We had Battle of Coast. All of these motherfuckers made it. That would have drawn so much generational wealth that our
facts.
kids that was coming up would not have to be so attracted to the negativity.
That's facts. And I
When was
know
the
where it
last
all
time
stems from.
name when was the last time you heard a public enemy, a new age public enemy, or a new age KRS-One?
Closest
They're
thing
not
we
getting
had
no
to
radio
that,
play.
closest thing we had to that was probably Dead Prayers.
You see what I'm saying? They're not getting no radio play.
Oh no, 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 not Dead Prayers. But like it's
True. They
it go back, but it go back to like, and that's the thing, like it. I get it. I know exactly what you're saying. We talk about this. We've had this conversation since we have been conversing. Since we first known each other, we've had this conversation about us working together and making shit jump. And what the part of it that we gotta remember is
that's true, Pookie.
what she saying? And I can't even.
No, I ain't mean to cut you off. I was just reading
She
some of
said
the
Annapolis had
comments.
it before they moved in on our great grands when they found out how much downtown. And that's absolutely true, yo. Like and I tell people that's not from Annapolis all the time. I say, yo, at one point, a lot of this shit was black owned. Like, let's call it what it is. You know what I mean? And but we gotta also think about that shit. Like, this shit goes back, yo. Like, and it's crazy because I hate. Let me stop saying hate. I don't like referring to it, but it goes back to slavery. You know what I mean? Where you had to outdo the other slaves in order to be successful. And the ones that tried to bring everybody together was always either beaten, killed, or maimed to the point that they was too scared to stand back up, and to the point that everybody else was scared to stand back up. And that shit followed us. That shit followed our people, yo, and it's still with our people. Because I'm not saying this with all, because you have some people of our people that's out here and they really trying to give our people chances. You know what I mean? Whether it's local business or, doing a little bit bigger business. You know what I mean? But ultimately, like, that mindset, like, and that's a lot of things with our people, though. You know what I mean? It's the mindsets, yo. Like, the mindsets that you got to do this or this or this to be successful, or you got to step on this motherfucker to be successful, or you got to, like, we got to figure out how to get past that. Like, it's just not enough of us that think otherwise. It's more of us that think competition. Like I put up the post earlier. You'll go to McDonald's and they'll fuck your order up 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll still go back to McDonald's. But when you go to that one person selling dinners or selling food, oh, the potato, I ain't never doing that again. And we'll go on Facebook and have a long ass post about it.
Especially if it's black owned. Every time. I be so tired of hearing them say that shit. I try to give a black owned business. You tried that shit one time and had a
right. I was going to say the same shit. You tried one black owned business. Like, and I be telling people all the time, like, show me where I can do and get everything black owned, and I will be there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I would too.
I will show me where I can get everything I need for my household black owned, and I'm going. And
I know I would.
And I'm gonna take a chance with it. And because that's the thing of it. Like, even with these businesses that's not black owned, you're gonna take, even you go for the first time, you had to, even if it's a place that you like, you had to go there once to know whether or not you like it.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably went back more than once if it wasn't what you thought it should be. And you kept going back until you got what you like. Troy, what up? So we got to do the same thing with black business. We got to do the same thing. Yeah, okay. You went, the food was a little cold. You let them know, listen, man, last time I came, this happened. Like, you do it just like you do anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But we live in a time where people want to be heard more than they want to reconcile things. Like, a motherfucker will rather be heard about cussing out black. I would never support. Oh, that's the worst shit. I supported black business. I'm not going to say their name and throw them out there, but I just know I would never. Like, why? Because somebody's going to ask you, and you told somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You told somebody the name of that business and who owned the business. You told somebody. So we gotta, like I said, man, we gotta get out of that whole thinking process. You know, like, it's the process
it's too late for us, son.
That's trained us to. Well, listen, we, like, that's the difference. You, myself, and others, and some others, we have that mindset. You know what I mean? Like, we have it. So I ain't even talking about us trying to change it. The most that we can do is what we're doing now, and what we do when we out, and we talk about it, and we have an open dialogue with our people about it, and we talk about these things. That's the only way to get to a solution. But, because we have more, like I said, it's more people that think it's more. Yeah, Troy, absolutely. You have to let them know to help them grow. I 100% accept that, because if you don't know what you're not doing well, then you're going to continue to do it. But you also have to be able to take criticism. Like, you have to be able to have a person say, hey, listen, I liked it, but this, because some people can't even take constructive criticism. And like lately, when I've been cooking for people, I've been asking people to tell me, like, tell me 3 things you like about it and 3 things that you would do to make it better if you could. Because
I still don't. But
that's the only way that's going to work.
yeah,
You got to have that understanding. Like, I'm not saying that every idea, if like you tell a person, I won't, oh, well, I would do this and do this. Oh, okay, that's cool. But ultimately, when you listening to it, you know what to filter in or filter out. You know what I mean? And 9 times out of 10, you're going to filter out the things that you caught as well. Not just what they said, what the customer said, but it might be something you caught as well. You'd be like, damn, that last batch of greens was kind of salty. Then somebody comes to you and say, hey, them was a little salty. You're going to be like, all right, yeah, let me. But somebody comes to you and be like, yeah, you know the greens are seasoned. They're like, oh, they wasn't seasoned. It's nah, okay. So then it wasn't seasoned to your liking. I get it. You know what I mean? And you go with that. But like, it's not gonna. We're never gonna come to a solution or find an answer if the first thing we're gonna do when we don't agree is criticize. Now, I will say this. I agree. Yesterday's price is not today's price. But I'm not gonna pay today's price for yesterday's quality. Now,
the problem with us is, especially when it's black owned, I don't even think that we go there for satisfaction. I think
we
we
go to
go
find
there.
out what's wrong.
Yes.
Somebody said that shit to me earlier.
If you look at the comments and shit, oh, I tried a black business, but you went in there with, I'm gonna see what's fucked up in here, so I can hurry up and go on Facebook and tell everybody that I tried a black business and they hoard me. Whole time you got great customer service. The atmosphere was cool. Nice surrounding, everything was nice, but your motherfucking potato salad or your chicken was a little bit cold. That stops you from going back there because the
Fuck
fish
the
the
rest
fish
of
might
this.
be slamming.
Then
The,
forget the good shit. This is the good
yeah,
shit. That's the good shit. This right here ruins the good shit. That one thing. And this is
all the
something
time.
that can be corrected. This is something that could be corrected. Like, you could go back and say, hey, listen, like, I don't, maybe it's me, but the chicken, is it possible you can run me another order?
That's right.
Like that's
And
what
they'll
you.
be like, "What's wrong?" Oh man, because I quick to tell people in a minute. If I order hot food,
I like
I
my
like
food hot.
eating hot food. Like if I
Thanks.
go buy a pizza, I'd rather sit down and eat the pizza. I like heated up pizza too, but I like eating pizza. That's one of my favorite meals. I like to eat pizza
Right
as
there.
soon as I don't even get pizza delivered.
I eat my shit like that. That's
That
how I eat my pizza. My
whole
pizza
stuff.
gotta be hot like that. My pizza and my
When it's real
chicken and
hot
my
like that, I
fish.
cut my shit.
My
I like my
pizza,
pizza
chicken, and
so hot
fish
I
gotta
gotta
be
cut
hot
that
like
bitch.
that.
But all I'm saying, man, is when we had these conversations, we go back to our people. Like I said, we go to black owned businesses looking for something wrong. I mean, just
That's
look at how many
I like that comment though. We go to black
yeah.
owned businesses looking for something wrong. I'm ready to post that shit. You think I
Look
ain't?
look at how all these women, right, are going to these Asian nail salons and getting totally disrespected by these Asian women, getting tossed out their businesses, ready to whip their asses, but they act like I mean, come on, man. The shit that they paying money for, I watch my mom and them do in the household. When my mom and them was going out, they was doing each other hair, doing each other nails, all that shit. You know what I mean? The only reason why you are able to get such a cheap price at these places, a cheaper price, because it's not cheap at all, is because Asians only sell to Asians at reasonable prices. They are not going to let a black person buy from them and at the same value. So a bag of weaved hair, they probably getting that shit for $2. They gonna sell it to a black owned business for 5. That means if the Asians sell that bitch for 5, they're making a profit. But they gonna sell a bitch for 7. In order for the black person to make a profit, they gotta sell a bitch for 10.
Word.
We do. I'm telling you, I heard I I was in a line at a what's the name of the damn place? Oh, it's like a southern little restaurant. And they had a jazz music playing. They had fires. Oh, I can't think of the name.
Where is it? Where happened? Where is it at?
Oh man, this was a while ago. I was taking there on my birthday. Oh, I forgot the name of it. Anyway, in the line while we was walking in, you could just hear people like, I mean, our own people sitting there like, I hope we don't have to deal with no bullshit when we get. You ain't even stepped in the door yet. And when we went in there, it was so polite. It was quiet. They had people playing jazz music and everything live. This was in is it not old? Why is Oldington in my mind and it's not Oldington? Man, fuck. Anyway, uh,
Wherever they was, right? They was somewhere.
I think it was not up.
It wasn't milk and honey, was it?
If you say it, I would remember. Fuck that anyway. But like I said, the point is, when we were in line waiting, we weren't in line. It was like uh a second or third, something like a grand opening, but it wasn't the grand opening. The grand opening had happened already.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Troy said, was it Blue Sunday?
I think that might be it, yo. Do they be playing jazz in there?
Is it black owned, Troy?
Yes, it's black owned, and and boy, that's exactly what. And all their food like Southern. Because that's what I was ready to get to. I was ready to get to the fact that that's right. I think that is blue. I think it is in Bowie. I know it's in Bowie. But anyway, if we talking about the Southern place, because all of they shit is like a vinegar base. Down south when they cook their food,
North
you know
Carolina.
what I'm talking about. So
Yeah, Carolina heavy. They heavy with the vinegar sauces. And Memphis too, I think, or Kansas City, one of them. But yeah, they real heavy with the vinegar sauce.
yeah, so I kept saying all the food tastes like fucking the same shit you put on pig feet. You know, I use the motherfucking vinegar and hot sauce, but the shit was good. But like I said, my whole point was, but to get back to my point, the same people that was talking shit outside, when they got in there, they was like, oh, this is nice. Oh, this shit, the food. We was all in one area having conversation. But like somebody that's Mo said, yeah, we do expect more from each other. Um and 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 I get that, but like I said, my point was it was started being judged before we even walked in.
Yeah.
And then when they got in that bitch, like everybody was like, the fucking people came to the door. Welcome to. I was like, yo, this bitch fire. And the food was incredible, especially the fucking homemade pies and cakes and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But
right, right,
like
right.
I said, the whole point was we started judging before we got in there, before we even gave this shit a chance. Not me. When I say we, I'm talking about our community because I do. I'm not as bad as a lot of, but I do be hope. I more go into them places hoping that they don't give me no bullshit because I don't want it from my own people because I get it enough from other races.
And
So
I like my as far as that go, yes, I agree with you. Because we went, like I said, Milk and Honey. Like I heard people talking about, go to Milk and Honey, go to Milk and Honey. You gotta go to Milk and Honey. The shit is fire. The shit is fire. So one morning, you know what I mean? We got up. It was early, and we went. And we got there. It was like 8:30 in the morning. And when I got in there, they got Earth, Wind, and Fire playing. Like they got a whole vibe. You know what I mean? The chef come out. The chef come out to the table. Black lady. You know what I mean? She come out to the table. Welcome. This y'all first time or y'all been here before. Like so. And then the food was fucking crazy fire. I had the fish and grits. Oh my god, this shit was. I mean, oh, I'm sorry. The food was fucking awesome. You know what I mean?
right.
And by the time we was getting ready to leave, it was people sitting outside waiting to get in.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, like that's how you support black business. You know what I mean? Like, cause I went in there, that was my first time, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, I ain't never been here. And everybody kept saying, nah, yo, you gonna like it, you gonna like it. I'm saying, yo, people always say that. And my homeboy, my co-worker at the time, he was like, yo, get the fish and grits if you know. He said, either get the shrimp and grits or get the fish and grits. I got the fish and grits and I was completely happy and satisfied. And the prices was reasonable. So, but I've also been to black-owned businesses where the price might have been a little bit more steep. The quality of the food might not have been super, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
but I didn't say, oh no, fuck that. Maybe what I got that day wasn't on point. You know what I mean? Like I got the fish. I might have, the chicken might have been my mood for the day.
Yeah.
So you gotta think about all of that. And Troy, like you said, Troy, you know what I mean? Like you gotta be able on your first time, you gotta take the good with the bad if it's your first time going. And like you said though, Mikey, we got a lot of people that think, nah, this shit ain't gonna, these niggas already had me in here. How much is the wings? 13. Not God. Damn, they already had. God damn, the wings, how much is the drinks? Damn, the drink $10 too? Like, damn, it's $30
And
already.
same thing everywhere you go.
Everywhere
And
you go. And that's
and
what I was
and then
ready to
like
say.
they
We
don't
went to
no one caters. We lived in Annapolis our whole life.
facts.
There's not one restaurant that I have went to that actually caters to black people. And when I say cater to black people, I mean I get tired of sitting on TGI Fridays listening to fucking rock and roll music all night long.
Facts. All
I get
facts.
tired of going to this restaurant. They got the same radio station on. They never play nothing we like. Downtown Annapolis does not have any clubs. They always say, "Oh, can black people go down there and fuck shit up?" No, they be having fights downtown Annapolis damn near every weekend.
Every weekend. Facts.
They just don't put them shits in the paper.
We just post that shit. We like
Yeah,
posting that
that's
shit on
the fuck
social
y'all
media.
want to take pictures of everything. But real talk, man, it's like me and Rita, we go out. Me and Rita go out damn near every Friday or Saturday just to eat. I don't give a fuck if we not speaking to each other or whatever. We find somewhere to just go sit down and eat.
I can dig it.
And every time we sitting in there, like you gonna look around, it ain't nothing but black people in there, and everybody sitting there like, man, it's motherfucking music, yo. Like we go into restaurants, downtown. People like, well, don't go there. I know that now, but I'm like, who the fuck wants to sit in there and listen to that shit all night long? I can't do it, y'all. I'm like, I can't listen to that shit all night long, and it be blowing my vibe. And I be upset because we have places like the American Legion, the Elks, and Peerless. those places are for us, and we don't make them popping. We always want to go to their shit, make their shit popping, and then when something hit the fan, they literally show you that you really not welcome. It could be another black person doing something, or a group of black people that's way younger than us that is up to no good, and they see me, you, Rita, and Cam sitting there. They look at us and they look at us like we them. Like, I had to explain to somebody one time the difference between a nigga and a black man. Because that's basically what he was saying. And I was like, listen, there's two differences between what you see them as, because I know what you're saying, but you try to talk to me because I really heard what you're saying. You
Right, right,
basically,
right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
You basically called them niggas without saying, but then when you notice that I'm sitting there, now you want to discuss with me, and I'll keep it 100. Shit, I used to be like that when I was young. You know what I'm saying? But then you grow up. So there's a difference in behavior and all that shit. Because what up, B?
What up?
Our bars, like, all right, for example, American Legion.
They don't like change.
They don't like change. That no one wants to keep eating fish, chicken, and goddamn French fries every week.
None of our
If they had a
establishments don't like change.
But check this out. If you go to the American Legion over Cambridge, them motherfuckers was cooking pork
Any of
chops.
them. Any of them.
You know what I'm saying? All of them bitches was cooking all types of good shit
You
in
might
there.
you might find daggone barbecue pig feet.
Yeah, oh
Yeah, I'm gonna tell
yeah.
you. I'm gonna tell
Oh
you
yeah.
some good shit back in the day. Burnsy, Miko mother Burns over Peerless. She used to do that shit. Like she
That's
would
what I'm
have different.
saying. Remember that shit?
She would have different shit over there. Like one day you would go in there, she might have subs. You might go in that bitch. Another day she got chili dogs. You might go in
But
that
you
bitch
know the
one day.
but you know the problem too is a lot of places is those you have it in the establishment can run a lot of people with.
Fucking right.
That's just like when y'all was talking about black owned businesses. All right, just I'm going on a different, span. All right, say for instance, you go and see a band that you never heard of, so you can't expect, like you
Yeah,
say, you can't
junkyard,
expect the greatness.
backyard.
You got to go hear them first before you can decide what is what.
Mhm.
Yeah, but like you say, those establishments, man, we as people don't. A lot of them don't support because of within.
They somebody want their position.
Exactly.
Them
It's
motherfuckers
too
could
many.
be.
It's too many chiefs and not enough Indians.
I call down that bitch every Friday before we go out. Cause we rather just look at this. All right. I go to TGI Fridays, and as soon as we get there, we'll get like we take a shot and a beer. Make a long story short, by the time we finish, the bill is like $120, and it's from the drink.
Yeah.
Because a shot is like $12 to $13. You go to American Legion, y'all arguing about the shit that American Legion price, but you go down to American Legion, you get a shot for $5.
Right?
Right.
We remember Steve, remember we went over there to the spot where your people's working at. Me, you, and Karen went over West Annapolis.
Yeah.
I ordered 2 shots, bruh. 2 shots
You got like $50, didn't you?
of of Patron. Not a special shot. I'm talking about
You got
not a shot
normal,
that you get from Elks.
a
Yeah,
A
them
normal
wasn't
shot
joint.
normal
in
shots.
the shot glass.
Them wasn't
Yeah.
normal shots. They wasn't because dude was skimping on them punkers.
Oh,
Them
it was
bitches
half a
was
shot.
$20 a piece. They was in the shot glass. $20 a piece.
Getting through.
Now you go around Elks with $20 and your ass can be throwing up tomorrow. And you still got
What?
change in your pocket.
What? What?
Shots like that.
You pay
Oh,
$5 go
wow.
in.
Right.
You take $25 and you can
You
go
in
to
the pocket.
LCD and your night lit.
You
You know what I
paralyzed.
mean? It's gonna cost you $5 get in. By the
Yeah,
time you get two of them,
you paralyzed off of $25-$30.
listen.
What?
By the time Miss Debbie get you them 2 drinks, and I
It's
used to
crazy.
go that Tangerine orange juice was my shit.
I don't even
And
get mixed
listen,
drinks with them bitches.
she dropped that motherfucking Tangerine and put do the orange juice like that.
That's all you get is this.
Man,
Don't
We
even get
said
a
splash,
splash.
you
splash in
bought
You
your
don't get
face.
no
drink.
splash. You get a.
You done paid to get in. You got 2 drinks, and you still got money for Denny's when you get out that bitch.
Right.
What?
But we don't make out like those spots. Like when I go, it's like I be trying to figure out. Damn, what happened to make us not like?
It's
I
people, man.
remember when. No, because I remember when I was going to sidelines back in the day when I was living in Glen Burnie. They ain't even want us in that bitch.
Exactly.
Like we used to have to argue about pool tables and seats. Like I'm talking real. Like to be honest with you, I did not like spending my money on sidelines just
But
because
see,
of the
now it's new
situations that I
ownership.
had. Yeah, I know, I get it. The bitch still called sidelines. Rub
Yeah,
me the wrong way.
but it's new ownership.
No, I'm saying it's way better now, bro, because it's a mixed crowd. But I'm
Yeah.
telling you, when we used to go there, man, it was
Oh, it was
like, why do
straight up
y'all?
garbage.
But what I'm gonna tell you, somebody said this to me. And I took this shit to heart. They said this to me years ago. And they was talking about how as we got together, going through all the stuff that we went through with Dr. King and Malcolm X and all of them fighting for civil rights. As soon as we got civil rights, our whole thing was to go where they are. And we're not wanted. And then all that did was drain our businesses.
I get
People
where
was
you going.
cooking better steaks. We was eating better seasoned food, better
Right.
steaks. Then you can't tell me that a motherfucking American Legion chicken don't taste better than goddamn Buffalo Wild Wings.
All
Shit,
facts.
you
Come
damn
on, man.
right. It
Especially
does.
when your boy was down there. What?
You
Nigga,
feel me?
we was
But the
killing
boy,
I'm
it down
just
there,
saying.
bro.
the cat down there now, chicken is fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then but also now when we used to get on the jukebox, right? We would put all this money in the jukebox. And I didn't know this at first. If you put money in it and then you start picking those higher to skip your song up, they cut all the rest of your songs out.
Yeah, they cut him out. Yeah.
So these what they was doing to us. We like, yeah, we just put look, we were going to that bitch put like $50 in that bitch. and get like 5 songs, then somebody would come in there because they knew what they was doing. They would cut all that out. I'm fussing with the dude like, nah, you literally had to give me some money back. I'm like, nah, I said, y'all do that shit. I said, y'all got me last time because I was drunk. And I said when I was leaving, I was like, yo, where the fuck is my songs at? I made sure ain't nobody get a chance to play no rock and roll. I put
Yeah.
so much money in that bitch. The next time I came back, somebody had told me this was a while later. I was at another bar. And I was like, yo, he like, don't skip in front of my songs. I like, what you mean? I don't know how to do that shit. He said, yeah, if you pick one of them ones that take more credit to get in front of me, that's gonna
They
cut all
cut
my
you short.
songs out. I
Mhm.
said, okay, these
Your
bitches
song
up
might not even play.
there. That's right. It won't. Once they skip that shit, whatever the last song you played, they're gonna skip past it. So I gets up there, I said, nah, I told dude when they did that shit, I said, nah, bro, you gotta give me at least $40 back. He like, I was messing with Frida back then. They kind of calm me the fuck down. I'm like, nah, you ain't no calm down. Man, I'm gonna need my change. I ain't coming about this bitch with nothing.
Right, like, nigga,
Somebody
I'm
gonna give
trying
me
to hear. I
We
something.
want to
told
shout.
stop,
Why am I listening to Bad to the Bone? The
we
fuck?
told
Yeah,
stop point shaving.
yeah, nah, man.
You say point shave.
Yeah,
Hey,
stop
rock
point
and roll
shaving.
bad
Yeah,
every time.
yeah. But yeah, man, like I get what you're saying though. Like certain businesses we do give a little more leniency to.
But like you
And
said, you can't go into the business thinking negative if it's your first time.
That's just facts, yo. Like I agree with that 100%. Though, like it's
You can't. I mean, you
I
gotta give
wouldn't even
people
say
a
I wouldn't
shot,
even
and
say
then give,
first, 'cause you
and then
know,
when they say give your what is it called, your input on it, put it in
Mm-hmm.
the input. The only thing
That's
they do
all.
is help them grow.
yeah, but not us, not our people. We want to go right to social media. Oh, this bitch only gave me 3 wings. Let me tell y'all about this black, and then they put black business in capital
Yeah.
letters.
They
Let me
don't
tell you
even
about
say
this
the
I
black
business
would just say
name.
business I supported.
one of my
I
fries is
paid
burnt.
$12 for 4 wings and 2 sides. They
It's
only
the
gave
went
me
to
3
Burger King
wings. That's
25
why I don't
times. The guy.
support black people, because we don't know how to treat each other. Like,
Right.
damn.
A motherfucker went to the damn way that bitch go to Burger King. You go in Burger King and you order some fries and you got like 3 onion rings at the bottom. Like, bitch, you
Eat
ain't
them.
say nothing about you ain't say nothing about them 3. But no, what if you allergic
Eat,
to onion rings?
eat it. Well, go take them back.
But you get my point though. If I'm
Yeah,
allergic to onion rings,
ain't no point in
why the
complaining
fuck is
about it
3
until you're
onion rings?
allergic to them. So take them back. Either you don't get them, or just get new batch of fries.
I don't know.
But in
I
all in
just be
all, they
so
might have fried
disappointed
everything in
in
the
people.
same grease.
They do.
I figured that.
I'd be so disappointed. And
But things are not the same anymore, man.
now we Americanized.
Because you know why? You get people in these establishments that don't care. They just do whatever, and the management let them do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Huh?
That's why we stopped fucking around down Legion at one point. We had
Oh yeah,
Legion.
for sure.
Listen, when we were doing them Wednesdays, the karaoke shit with Ice, we watched it go from maybe 8 or 9 people to 100 plus.
It was because they didn't think of it.
And as soon as we left that week, we went down that bitch and the lights was cut off.
Mm.
I ain't bullshitting you.
Oh, I know.
Mr. Reggie was the president.
Man, he was the president.
And I'm right. But my like I said, man, it's just like I just don't get how like the sake place. Like that's a nice spot. You know what I mean? They got different food. They be, got the karaoke up there. We flock to them bitches. And the smart ones know how to cater to us.
But you know what they do, right?
They
You
cater
talk
to
about
us.
no, you talk about sake, right?
Yeah,
You see what they do? They get somebody in there, the bartender and everything that know everybody.
that's right. That's smart.
Mhm. They're very smart.
But they treat you good. I'm talking
Yeah,
about these places that you go
because they
to.
want you to come back.
Exactly. I'm talking about these places that we go to that treat us like shit. And we
But the
and
thing,
and we
but you know
still
the,
end up back there. Like who
but the
the
thing,
fuck goes
you
to
know
place?
why? You
I
know
don't
why?
spend my money on motherfuckers that don't
Nah,
like
but
that shit.
because you remember when we had the conversation about cats coming in there, always want you to buy them drinks and all that. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
But you see, the thing about it is, you try to support your own people, but at the same time, it's like, why in the hell I keep doing this?
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
Because I look at it like because you don't want to give up on it. You know what I'm saying? On your own
Because
people.
that's your heart, right? Exactly. That's in your
Yeah,
heart. You got a good heart. You're gonna support your people, and even
yeah.
like I said, the food messed up the last time. All right, I'm gonna give them another
I'm gonna
chance
give
to
it no
go back.
shot.
You know what I mean? And you be like, all right, listen, my chicken wasn't right last time. And then they bring the chicken back. The chicken be fire, macaroni cheese dry now. You be like, all right, listen, this, you know what I mean? But like, it's again,
But
like
see,
I
the
said,
thing about it is too, some places play with your emotions too.
yeah, real shit, real shit.
Some places play with your emotions. They be like, all right, if you sit there looking like something wrong, okay, the next time I see them, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, or I'm gonna be shitty to you.
It's like with the drinks.
Now, now that is
Now, if
something
you
that
got
does
somebody that's
happen
sitting
in
there,
black
if you got
businesses.
somebody sitting there complaining and keep spending money on drinks, and they
Man, shit
complaining
be
that it's
in.
fire, it's garbage, I guarantee the next time you go back, they're gonna be like, all right, this cat spend money, so I'm gonna treat him swell.
I haven't been
Yeah.
to a place. I have not been to a place, not near one, and I'm out all the time,
Right.
except for American Legions and like Elks when I travel on my motorcycle that actually gives you your money worth in drinks.
But you, like you
Everywhere I
said,
go
Mike.
with the drinks, everywhere I go with the drinks, they always you get a Long Island iced tea. I don't get tight off it because they
But I'm
don't
gonna,
give you that much. They don't
but
give
I'm
you
gonna
the
tell
right
you,
amount of
Mikey.
liquor in them.
But I'm gonna
They
tell you, Mikey, like you
hold on,
said.
Troy. Let me finish
Oh,
my
my bad,
point.
my bad, my bad, my bad.
Every time I go to these places, everybody just the same people that keep going back there will tell you like, yeah, this night, but the drinks high as a bitch, and this not like and they ain't even got they don't even give you a lot of liquor in them. And I'm sitting there saying to yourself like, you go out to get tight. Why spend $17 on a motherfucking drink that ain't gonna get you nowhere? I'm just
Right,
confused.
right.
You
And
know,
it makes you think like, are you dumb?
I don't know. I just
No,
be
I'm
going
just saying. And I'm not
for
talking you
real.
dumb. You
No,
looking
I
at
know what
them
you're
like, well,
saying.
why the hell you keep coming back then?
Right. I don't
But
get
listen to
that
what I'm
shit.
ready to say though. You remember how you say you go different places on your bike, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you a scenario. Now, when you go places with the bike functions and everything, dog, that's the greatest love and treatment
Everywhere.
everywhere you go, drink wise, food, whatever. Cause they gonna make sure you good. That's love though. But these like you say, our establishments, man, they just like you say, you go around Elks, man, you will get ripped
Oh yes.
off $25.
Easy. And be fire and be happy about it.
But
Yes,
then it
I
won't be
mean,
no selection of foods.
and that's another
that's
thing,
what I was.
food selections. You can't
That's what I was
you
gonna
gotta
get to.
broaden your horizon.
Got to do different shit.
You gotta broaden your horizon.
Because if all three places are selling chicken and fish, and this is usually the lineup: chicken wings,
Fish,
fish, macaroni and cheese, potato salad,
green
green
beans,
beans or greens,
cabbage.
and or cabbage
You
and
tired of eating
rolls.
that shit every week.
Like, can a nigga get a taco?
Something,
Sub.
something, a slice
Some
of pizza.
kebab? Y'all make some kebabs or something? That's why I said, man, like it.
Can I get a steak and cheese egg roll?
Listen, I don't know about those.
Man, we
I've
cut them
heard
bitches up,
of them. I
and
don't
we
know where
cut
to
them
get them
bitches up
from.
and put them out on the table. They were like, people ain't gonna really want no
I
arrows, man.
kept saying, yo, I swear to God, yo,
I
it was
told
Mikey,
Steve,
yo. Mikey was like, see, we already sell these. Because listen, when I brought the shit to Legion, I brought it to cook because we was gonna eat the eggs.
Well, you know I
right,
had it before you brought the Legion.
We made them, and Mikey was like, yo, make these ones again. So I'm thinking he going out there eating the bitches. He went out there and came back and was like, yeah, see, we need to order these chicken cheesesteak eggs. I was
man,
like, well,
right.
he said, no, they buying them. How much you want to charge them for? I was like, yo, for real?
Cut them.
Two dollars,
All I did
two
was
fifty a
cut them up
roll.
and gave everybody a piece.
250 egg roll.
We were
Yeah, it was fun.
we were killing them.
It was
Now
fun.
as a
And now,
community, man, we need to figure something. To me, being that I'm 51, I look at us and just be like, it's over. There's never going to be black unity like it was back in the day. No one really cares. Everyone is on self
but like you said, there's no
for
more
self,
villages.
and that's because the village is over because
Yeah.
your neighbor we like I look at things a little bit beyond shit. When you we call it hoods. We took the neighbor out of it and called it a hood, and that's
Good.
exactly what happened. There's no neighbor, no one's
No
neighbor.
neighborly love.
When we was young, living down 20, because that's the only hood I lived in my whole life.
I was down wood.
Um, I could knock on the door. My mother would send me to Karan's mother house or Mike mother house, and I would borrow some ketchup
Or
and get
egg.
back the mayonnaise that they borrowed from us. Like, give this back to your mother. I ain't walking up them damn steps. Get this back to your mother and take the mayonnaise up there.
And this the
I mean,
man, this
you
mayonnaise I
catch
borrowed.
what I'm saying? Yeah. We ain't, like, when I heard motherfuckers in the hallway fussing years ago, like, yeah, this bitch always running on my house, asking for this, asking for that. Like, bitch, you be coming on my house asking me for shit too. We be looking out. That's an argument.
Like you
Because
say, it's
y'all
no more
looking out for each
villages,
other,
man.
so now y'all get outside and start talking about y'all bullshit from each other. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Like you say, it's no more
I just
villages.
I'm gonna say this. Like we said, our parent. It was a time when we was growing up. You would
Parenting.
go to your neighbor's house and get what you needed to help complete a meal,
yeah, right.
and they could do the same thing because our parents and our grandparents had to do those type of things.
And you might eat together.
You see what I'm saying? So that was customary for three families to eat
Damn right.
together because separately they all couldn't afford to eat.
That's
So
right.
you got the rice, you got the chicken, I got the stove and the hot water and the salt and pepper and the seasoning and the vegetables. We're gonna put
That's
all
just
this shit together.
And
We're gonna make a big ass casserole. We're gonna make some
right.
cornbread, sit these motherfucking babies down, and they gonna eat.
and I was just
Somewhere
ready. And I was
somewhere
just ready.
along the line,
I was just
somewhere
ready
along the
listening
line
back off you.
after
Because
our
if,
generation,
'cause
and
if
I
you
say
go to
our
somebody,
generation meaning us.
because if you go to somebody else's house, they gonna make sure you eat.
Listen, even still now, I could go to Virginia right now. My father from Virginia, Petersburg, Virginia. And I could go down there right now and not even go to one of my relatives' house, but go to somebody's house that he was cool with. The first thing they're gonna do is offer you a plate.
First
You're
thing,
hungry, you're thirsty, we ain't here cooking, you want something? You're like, nah, I'm good, ain't nothing. We got little pig feet, little pork chop, little green, cornbread. You sure you don't want nothing? And they're gonna ask you until you take a plate. And if you don't eat a plate, they're gonna say, take this with you. The generation under us doesn't understand that
Nothing.
because all they've been watching and learning is go hard, go for self, fuck them other people. Nobody's gonna do this. Nobody's gonna do that. And then, like you said, we got a bunch of people. Like I always say this, and I say this to Kamala, and I say this to my kids. Don't do something for somebody expecting something in return
back.
unless that was set aside before you do it.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the whole, oh, well, I ain't such ain't this, and I looked out for them. And I say, did you do it because you care about them? Or did you do it
Out of
because you
spite.
wanted to say this later down the road?
Out of spite.
And that, like, so I tell my kids that all the time. No, if you do something for someone and they don't ask you, and you're doing it because you're cool with that person or you got love for that person,
It's out of
you
love.
can't come back and throw it in their face. And that's what broke the village down. What broke our village down was us throwing shit in each other's faces. So now I'm not going to ask you to do anything because you're possibly going to go back and tell somebody when you get angry.
But that's just like that piggybacks to the black businesses.
And the people, exactly, and the people sitting around hearing you say this, they're gonna say, "Oh, I ain't fucking with Troy because Troy don't, he this, that, or whatever." You know what I'm saying? Oh, I ain't fucking
But you
with
know
Mikey.
me, if you don't
I ain't
fool with
fucking
me,
with
I don't
Mikey
care.
because you see what I'm saying? Like, he don't go back and tell somebody. He don't go back and tell somebody what he did for me. You see what I mean? So I can't, like, and I have people tell me all the time, like, yo, like, you too nice when it comes to certain shit. Am I too nice, or am I just not a fucking asshole when it comes to certain things? Like, I'm not gonna volunteer to help you, and then because I feel like you should do the same thing, make you feel bad because you don't do the same thing. I didn't do it for reciprocation. I did it because you my nigga, and I got love for you.
Right.
That's all I do. I do shit for people because this is who I am. But I do have an expectation of you not do for me, but to at least respect the fact that I'm one of those people that you can come back to.
Right.
Because
Absolutely.
not paying somebody back or getting something from somebody and then acting like they're not cool, you're not cool with them. If you can't pay it back, because I'm not going to give you nothing that's going to destroy my pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, even if it come to helping you
Well, but
pay
look,
your rent.
fellas, I'm gonna have to roll.
All right,
But it was
All right,
good
cool.
rapping with y'all, man.
Already.
all right. You be safe, yo. Love you. Hear me?
All right, fellas, love you, bro.
Peace.
Bet.
You know, we get into acting like it's okay if I do for you and you walk around act like we're not cool. We are cool.
Yeah, nah,
When
not nah.
shit get, you know what I'm saying? When shit
Yeah,
got
yeah.
rough, if we wasn't cool, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Or you wouldn't be on me nothing. Cause I don't do shit for no, I don't just do shit for people.
People I don't
I
fuck with.
only, yeah. And I don't do it to get shit back from you, but you gotta respect the fact that I was nice enough to do it for you. And with that being said, that uh, you know, you burn bridges, right? You gotta be a hell of a swimmer when you burn bridges. And if you wasn't swimming when you barred that shit, what you think you're gonna do to get to the other side now? You
Yeah,
can't afford a boat,
I can dig that. I can dig that.
so we gotta. No, I don't do shit for people to get nothing in return, but I do expect you to act like I was good enough of a person to look out for you, and 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 not saying, if I come to you and I say, man, listen, I need to borrow $100, and you had just borrowed money from me, you pay me back, no thing, and I'm like, yo, and you be like, man, I ain't even got it. I'm not going to get pissed off at you because I feel that in my heart, that's my man. If he got it, I know I could get it. But you could have just paid your rent, bought your daughter a prom dress, paid your car note.
Right, right,
You
right,
got
right,
money
right.
in the bank, but you don't have it to spare. I get that
Agree.
shit. You know what I'm
Agree.
saying? Because that's life.
Now
Um,
that, yeah, absolutely. I agree with
one
that
of
aspect of it.
yeah, because we get into the reason why people can't stay friends is because of one word, yo, expectations. You act like your friend owe you everything because y'all are friends.
No,
No, I don't expect nothing from you.
no.
Cause soon as I hear your voice, it make me laugh or something. When you call, every time I see your number, I'm like, oh, this nigga right here. And I
Right,
start,
right, right,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
When I see you, and we don't talk every day, but as soon as I see Alan come up, I start laughing to myself, like, oh, this nigga, knowing you got some ill ass story to tell me or something. And I'm
Right, right.
sitting there, you know what I mean? It's like
It,
that's all I expect from out of you.
absolutely. And I
You know
don't
what I'm saying?
understand that. And like I learned a long time ago. Like you can't expect you from everybody because the way you react to something that goes on, I might not
Mhm.
react to it the same way. That doesn't make me any less your friend. I'm gonna make sure you're okay. You know what I mean? And I'm probably gonna be the friend and be like, well, what you want to do? Or how like, don't even, I wouldn't even worry about it, or I wouldn't even whatever, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, but I get what you're saying though. Like, nah, like I ain't gonna like I also like you can't sit in a room and say something bad about somebody that I'm friends with, and I'm just gonna sit there and let you say it.
I don't even be wanting to hear that shit.
Like my thing of like not even that, like a motherfucker, like if somebody come to me and be like, man, that nigga Mikey, like first of all, if think about what you're going to say to me first,
Hmm.
because ultimately you're either saying it to me because you're trying to affect my opinion about him, which you're not gonna do, because I don't do that kind of shit. Like I don't other people's opinions. No, I need to know you first before I develop anything. Or you want me to go back and tell him what you said. And 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna go back and I'm like, yo, this nigga was talking grimy.
I tell
And
people.
now at that point, after I tell you, if you choose to deal, or you be like, oh man, fuck that nigga. He ain't whatever, whatever. All right, cool.
Uh,
But like that's the thing of it. A motherfucker is not going to be sitting and having a conversation. And they say, "Oh yeah, your boy C. Allen said the same shit. He agreed with it." Fuck no. No, sir. Because that's what we do now. It's a lot of motherfuckers that do that. And the bad part about it's a lot of you dudes doing that shit. You'll sit back and talk about a nigga or throw dirt on a nigga back and then get opinions from other people and then go back and tell that nigga what the other people said. But don't tell them that you the one that sparked the fire for the dirt throwing. And you niggas are grimy and you'll always have stinky ass feet and you'll never be happy in life. Like, but yeah, you niggas are the
Last
worst.
time a motherfucker was talking about one of my homeboys, I said just like this. I said, listen, I don't want to hear that shit. Because if you say something ill, I'm going to tell them.
Facts.
So when you say, who the fuck only told Mikey and C, and Mikey more tighter than him, yup. I did tell him.
What you gonna do? Like, yeah, like that kind of shit.
Did I
We too
lie?
old for that shit, man. We got gray hair and
Yeah.
shit in our beards, man. We too
Bro,
old to be tracing tails like teenage schoolgirls and shit, man. Like,
I stopped hanging with dudes so much, like going to clubs and shit. I like to party. I go out, I have fun. I be dancing most of the time, or I two-step all fucking night long. I don't went to parties with males, and these niggas literally standing in the same crowd that we stood in before we got to the club when we was pre-gaming, drinking, talking, doing whatever, sitting in the club talking about a dude with an outfit on. Man, I wouldn't have wore them shoes with that. I'm like, what did I just fucking hear? Oh, he shouldn't have wore that shirt with those. I'm like,
diabolical work.
man, who the fuck cut that nigga hair? Like, yo, are y'all serious? It's
Yes.
it's 200 people in here. 125 of them motherfuckers is all females.
And you worry about what a nigga got on.
We sitting in a crowd of dudes, ain't talking to no females, but sitting here talking about what another man. I'm like, yo, the next time they call me, oh, you hanging out, man? Hell no, I ain't. I'll be like, nah, I'm good. I'll be at the same spot. I just won't go with them like that. I go by myself. Why you think I do the shit I do? Cause like I went to one spot and you know I do the motorcycle stuff. So
Right.
I get to the spot. You could see by me wearing my vest that I can't say if I was being accepted or I felt uncomfortable.
Right.
I looped around that bitch. And I'm the type of dude that I damn near, since I got my vest on, I usually speak and shake hands to as many other dudes as I possibly can. When I got in that bitch, I was so uncomfortable and so like I could have been overreacting. I looped around that bitch in whole days. Right? One of the dudes that know me, he like, man, I'm looking for you. You left. I said, man, I ain't feel comfortable on that bitch. He was like, yeah. He's like, yeah. They started schooling me. You can't go everywhere. You can't be in every event with that vest on.
The colors and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn. I'm like, why every fucking thing we do, we gotta have some type of challenge or some type of battle going. I ride motorcycles, you ride motorcycles. We should be cool.
Slavery,
It's
man.
way more shit to it. So what I'm saying is, I'm real careful with who I'm around. Somebody had mentioned to me that it wasn't me, it was somebody that I was with before, associated with, but they don't know that before we had these vests, I knew this nigga in elementary school. You feel me? So just because y'all got issues with them, you shouldn't be judging me on it. I have no clue of none of that little gay fuckboy shit that they be beefing over colors. I don't know about none of that shit. All I know is I like riding, I like dancing, I was a man before I put the vest on. I'm a man with the bitch off. I just like to be around good people. I don't like to not talk to him because he got a vest on now. When me and him was cool for 20 fucking years. Now all of a sudden you with your crew. I can't come over and say what's up to you. Nah, I don't like that shit. I don't like none of this shit. I don't like how dudes because I'm not going to sit around and talk about you. I'm going to sit around and tell people nothing bad about you. To be honest with you, when I'm out in clubs and shit, I don't even be thinking about life. I don't be thinking about nothing going on in there. I'll be listening to the lyrics of music and the beats, and I'll be trying to learn line dances. I do not pay attention to the world. I that's what I go out for. That's why I go spend my hard-earned money on a couple of drinks to hear some music and be at peace. I don't want to go out and be asked if a dude got on some shoes like that or that fuck boy shit. I don't want no parts of that shit.
Like that crazy. And I remember living in California, yo, and I remember watching two dudes fight each other, cousins, first cousins, fight each other because they was from two different sets.
And that dumb as shit.
You're literally fighting your blood cousin. Your mother and his mother are sisters, and y'all are fighting because of the neighborhood you live in. But that's the same thing that was happening in Annapolis too. It just wasn't colors. It just wasn't no colors. It was neighborhoods though. It's the same thing, same mindset, same strategic thought as far as defending and fighting other, you know what I mean? But you grow from it and you learn from it, and you grew from it and you understood. I grew from it. I understand. Like life is bigger than that neighborhood you live in, and you were able to get outside of that, and I was able to get outside of that. You was able to see other things. I was able to see other things because you went to Broadneck too, right? So you
That's
went
what
to
changed my
you
life.
see what I'm saying? You went to a whole different. You were in a whole different dynamic, a whole different, damn near a whole different culture. Because say what you want, I don't care if it's mixed. Broadneck and Annapolis High, two totally different things.
When I went out that bitch, it was a whole different world, son.
You see what I'm saying? And that's how I was when I went to California. So like I get it. But that's the thing of it. Like now it's so ridiculous to you now because it might trigger the thought process that you had back in the day when neighborhoods was beef. And how remembering and triggering how that made you feel, and you don't want to feel like that no more because you're not that person anymore. So that's why that shit probably why it bothers you more than anything, because you've been down that lane. You know what that lane leads to, and you walked away from it because you wanted to be where you are now and be the man that you are now. And now the man that you are now is starting to kind of see little hints of that shit that you got away from. You see what I mean?
Fuck with them.
So that's
Every
kind of why, like, I tell the youngins, Joe. I tell youngins all the time when I talk to them, like, yo, like start with just going to another city. You ain't even got to go out the state. Go to Eastern Shore and just go sit over there on a bench by the water.
they're gonna want to come home.
You know what I mean? Just go somewhere that you're not used to being.
Every kid that I ever helped, success stories. Not every kid, but most of the kids that we helped that had success stories, they moved away from Me Village, Pioneer City area, and like they had to move with their dad to another spot. They thriving. Um, Even one of the dudes that moved, this little shorty son, every day, all he talked about, I'm from Baltimore, I'm from Baltimore. He talked real fast and stuttering shit. I'm Baltimore, I'm Baltimore. I said, why y'all always gonna be so obsessed with one of the most dirtiest fucking violent cities? You not from Baltimore, bruh. Like y'all ain't built for that shit. So his mom literally had to move up to Baltimore. We had him in sixth, seventh, and eighth. When they got over me high, his mom moved. The first fucking week he was up there, you know, they don't have a bunch of school buses. So a lot of those kids catch
Like your city bus.
city buses, getting up like 5 o'clock in the fucking morning to get on to another. So anyway, the first week he was up there, he come in there, he got chased. They try to steal his Jordans. I said, but you out here at me bragging about how you from Baltimore,
Oh, crazy.
acting all crazy. Then you get out there and you can't live the Baltimore life. This dude right now of our most successful kids. He's in college. He played basketball in college. They wouldn't even let him play on a basketball team at me. Now he in college playing ball.
That's what's up.
Because it was because of his behavior and the mindset that he had. When I went from Annapolis to Broadneck, when the bell rung, there was nobody in the hallways. When I went to Broadneck, not one person was in the hallway late. I sat in classrooms. It was not 10 to 20 motherfuckers. Say you got 15 people in your class. You in Annapolis High, 5 of them need to go bathroom before the class start.
Oh man.
By the time the teacher keep stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting, you ain't learned nothing. When I went to Broadneck, my whole appearance on life about racism, because I met some really, really good white people, which I never really met. Even the teachers at A High wasn't even good to us. People could say what they want. There's only a few good teachers over there. They talk that bullshit like this, that, this, that. But for me, man, I was judged. I couldn't even play football for A High. He didn't even give me a chance. He going off of the reputation for what I was doing with 20. I'm like, man, fuck all that shit. Even some of the black dudes in school over A High, people that I was good friends with in junior high, I wasn't friends with anymore at A High because they had to link up. When I get over Broadneck, I meet up with a few good people and some of the coolest people I ever met in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking to myself, I'm so trapped in that 20 mentality. I'm 20 this, 20 that, 20 this, 20 that. All they doing over that bitch is just living their best life. When I first got to Broadneck, all I wanted to do was go back home. Like, man, I hate this school, yo, because school was so boring. But that's how you get education. That bitch ain't for no circus. A High was a fucking circus. I went over to Broadneck, and my fucking grades went from an average student to I was making honor roll. I was bored. The only thing I could do was fucking work.
Right, right.
I went over there with the mentality that I ain't gonna make friends with nobody. I'm gonna fall back from people. I'm gonna just chill. Man, the people that I met over that bitch was so cool. You couldn't do nothing but be friends with them.
But be friends, facts.
They
All
wasn't
facts.
on none of that same old street bullshit where though everything street this, street that, or you from this neighborhood, I'm from that neighborhood. You know what I mean? It was like, damn, you can't. I don't know.
No, no, I get exactly what you're saying. Like it,
You
like you
gotta get
said,
away from your environment.
it was a change. It was a culture change too. You know what I mean?
And I'm
And
right.
you so it you know it that can affect a lot. And like the first thing one thing we've always heard too, motherfuckers say you leave the hood, you sell out, this, that, or you do
Fuck
like
yeah.
we stagnate ourselves a lot of times when it comes to certain shit. Like when it just comes to certain beliefs. Now people can say, well, you got to look at it's a cycle and this. Yeah, it's a cycle. I get it. It's a lot of cycles out here that we got to deal with as black people. But you can also break them. You know what I mean? Like, and that's one of the biggest. I think that's one of the biggest things that hinder us a lot of times too, is we're afraid to break cycles because what are we going to do if it works? We're so used to shit not working. We so used to shit being fucked up. We so used to our environment being dirty. We so used to housing fucking us over. We so used to having to deal with this and deal with that. But what happens if you change your mind? Oh my God! Now we scared to see if it's gonna work because we're so used to it not working. Like we can like they say like recidivism rate with prison. Like a motherfucker that just constantly stay going back to jail. Not because he necessarily want to, but because he feels like he has to.
Them nigga like that shit. I remember
That's
World to do my oh
that's
man, I heard several motherfuckers tell me straight up and down to my face. They don't give a fuck about going to jail because they feel respected in jail. And
facts.
it's this when they get out here, people not paying attention to you. It's not I say it's not that like people not just not paying attention to you. People don't have time to be worrying about your bullshit. Motherfuckers got bills to pay.
You in your
Y'all think
30s
it's
and
easy
40s.
when y'all behind that bitch? Uh, being in jail is easier than being free.
Absolutely. And that's what the mindset is. That's why the recidivism rate is so high sometimes. Because it's easier because in jail you really don't have to confront accountability for the shit you did.
Yeah,
You
you
don't
can
really
eat
because
or
you're
you sleep.
around a bunch of other people who aren't taking accountability either. Now, I'm not saying that nobody is. You have some that's in there and they take accountability for what they did and why they locked up and they come to an understanding of it. But you have some, they go back to jail because on the outside, it's motherfuckers saying, what you gonna do now, yo? Can't do the same shit. What you gonna do?
90% of motherfuckers in jail right now are in jail for violation. Bitch done
Yeah,
beat their charge and got locked up on a violation.
dumb shit too. And it be the dumbest fucking violations.
I did prison ministry, son, and I swear to God, I ain't gonna swear to God, but I'm telling you, I seen the craziest shit. And the dude said, what's your best advice for us coming home? I say, come home and stay single. Like, you know, the first thing I'm gonna do is get some pussy. When I didn't say not to get no pussy.
That's,
I said to stay single. Y'all come home and the females taking care of y'all got the fresh ass and shell heads or some Nike ass on. For the first couple of weeks, you flexing. Cleanest motherfucking t-shirts I ever seen. Bitch got the cleanest, the cleanest white tee I ever seen in my motherfucking life. But after a while and you can't find a job, she gonna get tired of that shit. Yeah, but she said she
and
was
you
gonna
ain't
look out.
helping with
She
nothing else
did look
either.
out for you. She did look out for you, but how long do you expect her to keep paying for you? But you know it's hard out here to get a job. That's why you need to stay single so you don't have nobody else to worry about taking care of except your damn self. If you stand at your mom's house when you on house arrest, that's where the fuck you need to stay till you get a job and get yourself back on your feet. Running up in a house with a female that got kids and paying for shit, all she gonna do is get tired of it and blast on you. I'm out here running around taking care of your fucked up ass because you can't get a job. You knew he couldn't get a job before he came home.
And then you ain't gonna
You
accept the
knew it was
disrespect.
gonna be hard for him to get a job when he came home.
Yeah.
Didn't they expect you to come straight out of jail, adapt to everything that's going on out here, and be able to adapt to getting a job? First off, their motherfucking sleep is fucked up because they got to get up and go sleep whenever somebody tell them. Second of all, their mentality still fucked up because you still the average nigga that come out of jail got 10 million motherfucking tear stories. Man, stop talking about that country ass shit, man. I don't nobody want to hear no shit about what you did when you was locked up all every fucking 5 seconds. Yeah, I used to run this, man. Everybody come home from jail can't be the one that ran the jail.
Right. Just like everybody that go to jail ain't get 100 that the feds took the 150,000 off the crib. I couldn't even get a lawyer. I had to get a state. I had to get a public pretender. They took $750,000 out the safe. They took all my bread. Like nigga, so all 5 of y'all was millionaires.
Right.
And ain't nobody say 50 grand for a lawyer. Get the fuck out of here. But you know what, too, yo? Like, I be lunching off it. Like, why are we still making hookup? Like, I be seeing niggas doing that on social media, too. Like, you home, you ain't locked up. Oh, you know what time it is. And they show all the ingredients. And the only reason I know is because when I worked in mental health, one of the houses I worked at, all of the dudes had just came out of jail. And they was like, Cal, we want you to take us to the store. And I said, for what? I said, we need to go get some stuff. So I go in there, I'm like, they buying oodles and noodles and Cheetos and sliced Slim Jims and pickles and shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck y'all already make? Well, they ready to make some hookup, yo. I'm like, what? Oh, just some jail shit right here. You wouldn't even understand this. Just some jail. I said, you know what? You're right. Nothing I would understand. I sat and watched them make that shit, yo. And I said, yo, tell me something. And they was like, what? I said, y'all just went in the grocery store. I said, y'all went in the grocery store and bought some shit that you used to eat because you was locked up and you really didn't like the food. I said, you don't think that this is putting you in the mindset of still being in jail? I was trying to explain to them, like your senses, hearing, smell, taste, touch. You know what I mean? Like all of those things happen. You still have those senses when you're locked up. And a lot of motherfuckers really don't understand that kind of shit and muscle memory and like how that kind of shit, it can put you back in that mindset. Sure enough, I bullshit you not. 2 months later, one of them dudes went back to jail. He went back to jail. So I was like, see, it's a mindset, yo. Like, we got to figure that shit out, yo. But for the most part, man, shit, we ain't even really talk that much about, what's the name, Jaguar Wright and all that shit. I like this conversation, though. This joint dope. It's on YouTube for all the artists watching. If you checked in the last few minutes, you can go to YouTube and pull up the conversation. All of the live streams is still on YouTube under the page. Yep. Let Me Talk the Podcast, and you click on the live part, and you'll see all the videos we've been doing for the past few years. But
and we're gonna get back to reading y'all messages when y'all get here. We just getting back on. Getting back into it. So we'll get back into the way things was when we was reading y'all messages and talking to y'all a little bit more. It's just like you said,
Facebook was tripping, y'all. Like usually it's not letting me. What happened is it's only letting me post to the podcast page. It's not letting me post in the group for some reason, because they said as of April something, third-party apps aren't allowed in groups. So I gotta go in and figure out what it is. But it did let me send Troy a joint through Messenger while we was talking. So I'm wondering if it's something that I gotta do while we live. So hold on for 1 second.
Oh, you froze, B. That motherfucking bootleg ass cable, y'all. Got a shoestring running to a neighbor house. 2 cans at the end. You froze, B. You get a tech flag on the play. Yo. All right, y'all. This Bama done froze. Like I said, we're gonna get back to discussing more topics. If y'all got anything y'all like to talk about, you can send it to our inbox or on our page. Some people like to bring up stuff and don't like everybody knowing what they talk about, so they send it to the inbox, and then we will have a full blown conversation about it. And the person might be in there. Um, like I said, if y'all want to come on and talk with us, join us. We trying we ain't doing nothing trying to make this to no big super perfect thing because we don't want to be sanctioned in what we can say and all that shit. Don't nobody feel like doing all that. We got one rule, and that's just to not cut people off and let everybody talk. So
My bad,
somebody
y'all.
said you had a bootleg cable.
Yeah, that's why I said I had that backyard boogie internet was set up. My bad, y'all. But
Yeah, I'm ready to get the fuck up off here.
yeah, me too, man. It's 10 o'clock. You know, we done. We old now, and we don't, you know what I mean. We don't do too much late. But we're gonna get back next week with everybody. I'm gonna keep reading up on trauma bond and shit too, yo. I don't know if I want to do that conversation next week or if I want to read up a little bit more on it for the next week or two. But I know we'd be definitely
trauma bonding.
Yeah, the trauma bond. Remember, we were supposed to, you know, come back to that one.
Yeah.
So, that's
I did a little. That's a deep topic, bro. And I'm gonna leave it at that. It's not as visible and easily seen as people think it would be.
Yeah.
Y'all go look that shit up and come on here and rap with us about it. I'm telling you, it's heavy. Don't know that your ass invaded yourself into something that you probably wasn't ready for.
All facts. Word. So we're gonna be out. Appreciate y'all for joining us. We'll be back next week on time. I swear. But again, we like you said, we back in effect. If y'all want to join the conversation, we will figure out how to make you a part of it. And for the most part, love you, bro. I'm gonna get back with you. And we're gonna holler at y'all. Thank y'all for joining us again, and we out.
All right, peace.